Hey everybody, Sinister Lex. It is Freelance Grinder Monday. Today we're asking the question, should I send a sample with my Upwork proposal? Alright everybody, hadn't made a video in a couple days. It is not my fault. Actually, it's totally my fault. It's 100% my fault. But I had some stuff going on. I was trying to put the final touches on like a sales page for my copywriting course and all of that stuff. By the way, if you're interested in copywriting course with me, drop by my website, pre-order that shit right now, or don't. I don't really give a shit if you don't or do. It's never gonna be this price again, but I don't want to go off on that too far. I want to talk about freelancing and not sell you on the most awesome copywriting course in the world. Question: whenever you send your Upwork proposals, should you send a sample along with that proposal, a sample of your writing? So let's say you're a copywriter, should you go ahead and send a sample of your copywriting, like a custom sample? I want to talk about custom samples first because, you could send samples. Whenever you send your proposal, your bio is automatically attached to that. So the client, if they click on your proposal, they can scroll down and they see your bio. It's like right there. It's really easy for them to see now. So we don't really need to talk about the samples that are already in your bio. We can talk about custom samples that you might send as like a freebie, as a way to say thanks or something like that. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Do you do this? Do you send samples? How do you feel about sending samples? Or better yet, have you gotten results? Have you gotten any results by doing that? And what kind of results were they? Were they the results you wanted, or were they not the results you wanted? If you got the job, if you got interviewed, if you got noticed, maybe it was worth it. But if you didn't, then maybe it was a big waste of your freaking time. We have to ask that question. And I'm inclined to... I kind of lean both ways, on both sides of the fence for this one. My thoughts are this. If the client is asking for a sample, I will do up a sample. If I want to stand out, if I want to be different, if I want to get noticed, I will do a sample. The other day, someone asked for a story. They wanted me to write a story and put that in my proposal. So I did 3 paragraphs of story, and that got me in. That even got me the interview, and eventually, it ultimately got me the job, which I declined, but it is what it is. I didn't want the job. That's beside the point. I still had the offer. The offer was there, and that was because I was willing to do the sample. A lot of freelancers aren't willing to do samples. They think that it's not worth it because they're not getting paid. But they're not looking at the bigger picture. They're not looking at the value that the value exchange. They have to prove themselves because obviously the client wants to know that they can do what is being asked of them and all that stuff. So, should you send a sample or not? I say it depends. Does the client want that? Did the client ask for a sample or not? And some people think that you need to send a sample anyway. You need maybe send a custom sample. Maybe that'll get you noticed. Maybe that's different. Maybe. If you guys think that, drop it down below and let us know. My thought is kind of like this, and I'm coming from a really introverted perspective, so keep that in mind. But I'm thinking like if I go, let's say I go out to McDonald's and I order a small fry and a small Coke, and the person behind the register thinks I'm cute or whatever, I got them sparkly eyes, and so she's like, I'm gonna give this guy a freebie. I'm gonna give him a large Coke for free and a large freaking supersized fry. And she comes and she hands that to me, and she's like, here, I just thought I wanted to be generous today and give this to you. And so I take it, I'm a nice guy, I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna go sit down, and I might even eat it, but I'm gonna be pissed off. Why? Because I didn't ask for it. It's not what I asked for. And I asked for a small for a reason, because I was on a diet. I'm trying to lose weight. I found out I had, prostate cancer or something last week, and eating McDonald's was the cause of it, so I'm trying to cut back. And now you're giving me free supersized fries and a supersized drink. It's not what I wanted. I get it. You were trying to do something nice and generous, but it wasn't what I asked for, and it wasn't what I wanted. And in my opinion, my eyes, delivering value is about delivering what the client wants, not what you think the client wants. And I think that's one of the things that's always set me apart from other people, is that people are just sending proposals with what they think the client wants. Most of the time, this involves sending stuff about their background and their history and their 25 years of experience. And that's not what the client cares about. That's not what they want to read, which is why they don't get hired or even interviewed most of the time. Now, sending samples is a little bit different. It's a different type of value that you're trying to create, but does it actually create value? I don't know. It depends on who the client is and what they're asking for. So pay attention to that. But in my opinion, I'm going to send a sample if they specifically ask for a sample. If not, I'm just going to send something that seems valuable to them and let my writing be the sample. My proposal, let that be the sample, because I don't need to spend time on creating a custom crafted sample for this person who didn't ask for that in the first place, may not want that at all. In fact, that may be the very thing that triggers him to go the opposite direction and not hire someone like me. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours down below though. Do you send samples? Do you send samples every time? When do you send samples? What have your results been like with these samples that you have sent? That's all I got for this one, guys. This has been Freelance Grinder Monday. I'm Sinister Lex. Subscribe down below if you want to see more. And I will see you next time.